Good morning po. Good afternoon sa... Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good afternoon po sa mga Pilipino na nasa Pilipinas. I think it's 3 in the afternoon in the Philippines and it's like 7 in the morning here in London. Medyo na-imbibe ko na yung accent ng London. So, in the coming days, I'll be like talking like a Londoner that's supposed to talk. But I'm just, I'm just trying to find a way to, be, be talking like a Londoner and like talking like one, acting like one. But because when I go back to the Philippines, Pinoy na naman ako there. Anyway, I'm here because because this afternoon I'll be interviewed by not as popular as the BBC, but I'll be interviewed by George Galloway, a member of the MP, a member of Parliament. Oh, di ba may accent? A member of Parliament, and I'll be talking about the war on drugs, Duterte's war on drugs, which is, from the point of view of a person in the, on the ground, meaning from the Philippines, not from somebody in London or a Filipino in London. No, it's going to be from the point of view of a Filipino in the Philippines. And it just so happened that I was going to London, that's why they invited me. Hi, Ma'am She's, kumusta? So I'm just trying to practice my accent, which is like, one of those, which is the way to go, basically, because I had many meetings in the past days, and it's really quite exciting and quite productive. I even met with one of the greatest PR firms in the UK, and talking about oh yeah, diba? Talking about PR, talking about how to raise awareness and how to change perspectives and how to change the narrative here in the international community. So, hi Christine Altimirano, Northampton. How many hours from London? Di ba accent? Naluloka sila kasi tinatry kong mag-British accent eh. Pag nakikipag-usap ako sa mga Briton, nagkipag-accent din ng lola mo. Naluloka si Tita Marie kasi nga naluloka siya sa accent ko. Sinasabi pa sa akin ng taxi driver, "Oh, are you from here?" No sir, I'm from the Philippines, but how do you speak so well? Well, this is my accent, sir. Di ba nakakaloka? So, ayun. Oo, actually, I will not talk about about yesterday kasi sobrang ganda na nun. I don't want to ruin it by my input kasi meron akong something negative na sabihin, but not against the DDS bloggers kasi I can't really say that or talk about that kasi naman wala naman silang negative na nagawa eh. In fact, even Mocha na maraming nagsasabi na nagkamali sa right against self incrimination instead of discrimination instead of incrimination. But Mocha is not a lawyer, he's not a barrister. Joke, accent na naman. He's not a lawyer, he's not a barrister, he's not trained in the laws. So yeah, Kile is real, guys. It's not trained in the laws, so you can't really expect Mocha to be talking about, talking about matters which are, which are law based. So let's give her that. Of course, kudos to TP na, well, really like, brought it in for the team. I may not be in good terms with the guy, but I always give credit where credit is due, and I think he did a very good job. Hi Maharlika, hello girl, hello sister. So for me, I would congratulate him, even though we're not talking. Accent. Even though we're not talking, even though we're not really in good terms, but of course, because we are in London, I have to speak like the accent, so people will not think that I'm just a tourist coming to the country. I don't want to be. Honestly speaking, I really don't. It would not have been. It would have been very, very unreal for me if I was there, because I would not be talking. I would not be, I would not be talking. I would not be, bantering with the senators, because they all know me and they know that I don't get shit from anybody. So, and baka mas malala pa mga sagot ko. So, buti na lang wala ako. But anyway, the reason why I'm ranting is because, number one, if they can force all the Filipino bloggers na DDS, and not even punish or do some punitive action to those who have not attended the rally, the hearing, di ba unfair? Nakakaloka, di ba? Unfair. Kasi bakit po tayo, they expect us to drop everything, expect us to join, to be there, like as if our lives depended on it. Our lives, wala na akong bulutan. Actually hindi, may bulutong pa ako. The problem is that the water here in London is a little bit hot. So, I'm trying to nangligo ko talaga, talagang ang ligo ko talaga is mineral water na yung ipang kasi talagang mas may yung water. Yes. So, yes. Yes, Neil Kala, he's a true hero like you are a true hero, like everyone is a true hero. Let's I'm not going to that, guys, that I'm not in good terms with TP, right? So, I'm not going to be saying and be all fangirling and fanboying. Oh, TP is TP is one of those, one of our fighters. Like Rocky is a fighter, like MJ is a fighter, like many people there. Maharlika is a fighter, like Sass is a fighter, like everybody who defends the president is a fighter. So, TP had an opportunity to burn their asses, and we salute them. But guys, we're not heroes. We're here. We're just doing our job as Filipinos, and sometimes if we earn, we get money along the way, and then it's good, right? Just take in lang yung aking British accent. I'm trying my best to, for the interview, for the interview today. I'll be actually interviewed in the Sputnik Orbiting the World by George Galloway. George Galloway is an MP, meaning a member of parliament. Member of parliament na who is really interested. Saan ka nagbe-breakfast? I'm having breakfast here in, I'll let you see. Okay. In here in the Marriott in Maida Vale. Yes. Yes. pagpunta mo dito, Maharlika, naloka nga si Tita Marie Maharlika at Tita Gemma kasi ilang araw lang kami. Tapos makipag-usap ako ng simula, medyo wala pa akong accent. Tapos maya-maya, nakipag-usap na ako sa mga MPs niya. Oh, hello sir, I'm Bruce Rivera. I'm a barrister. I come from the Philippines, but I'm staying here in London for a little time, so I can go to shopping in Bond Street and in Regent and in High Street and in Kensington. Naloka sila. Hi Jimmy. Yes po. Yun po. So what I was trying to look at is that yun po. I'm happy for TP. I'm happy for Mike Lopez who's watching right now. Hi Mike. I'm happy for everybody because they stood the ground. They took the fort for the DDS bloggers. I just got pissed off because number one, there was never any punitive action against Dayal. He was supposed to be there. He was supposed to meet, the senators. He was supposed to be grilled like anyone else. He was supposed to be subjected to, the stares and the insinuations and all the double meaning questions that senators really like to do. Correct. So that's the problem that I get and that pisses me off. Kasi yeah, but kung hindi siya dumating nun, parang nabwisit ako kasi ganito yan. Okay, I'm all about billing. I'm all about giving credit where credit is due. There are people there who should be given more credit and should be given a little bit of respect as media bloggers. TP is one, Mocha is one, Mark Lopez is one. The others are one. The others are much more popular and much more effective as bloggers, should be given more credit. Ang problema lang is that when they came and he didn't, parang lumabas na parang di ba? Parang nagkaroon tuloy ng leveling na parang siya yung sikat at sina TP at saka sina Mocha yung hindi. Nabibwisit ako kasi dapat siya yung inuuna, siya yung binabalahura muna, siya yung dinidestroy muna kasi siya naman talaga yung dubious yung character. Why do we attack first Mocha and Mocha and TP and I know there are so many fans of Mocha around, but at yung iba nagsasabi sa akin na bakit ganun ang sagot niya. Mocha is not a freaking lawyer. Mocha is not a barrister. Mocha have never been to law school. So why are we trying to castigate her for doing that? TP is intelligent, so he can pretty much defend himself. But Mocha is just is good at social media, but it's not it's not her duty to be castigated there because in the first place the hearing was about fake news and nag-issue na daw ng subpoena for yeah, but ang nangyari was that sana ang Senate binigyan nila ng konting respeto ang mga bloggers ng DDS kasi sa totoo lang mas kaabang-abang yung appearance ng mga DDS bloggers compared to the appearance nitong hayop na dayaw na to. Tapos ang lumabas parang nagiging preliminary show lang tuloy kina TP at kina Mocha at ng iba. Tapos kasi we're waiting for the big thing which is, di ba, nakakainis. Why? Because it makes it sends the wrong impression to those who are in the middle, to those who do not know. Parang okay, si Dayaw palang star because bakit siya yung hinihintay, bakit siya yung ganon. So, di ba, nakakainis lang talaga, nabibwisit ako kasi alam mo, alam mo, I have to be honest with you. We have won the war in the internal scene. Panalo na tayo sa press relations campaign din sa Pilipinas. 80% approval rating. Many people are, many Filipinos do not believe in media anymore. Were you invited, Attorney Bruce? Kahit siyan sila. I don't think we were invited. No. Wala. We were not. I don't think I was invited because maybe perhaps I was out of the country. But I think MJ and Rocky can speak for themselves that they were not invited as well. So maybe perhaps there's siguro ang basis ng invitation is number one, who are in the consciousness of those who are perceived to be greats in social media. So siguro sila ang andon. So I'm not going to dwell on that because an invitation does not really mean anything. Does not really say that they are greater or better or not. But it's just an invitation. So it's okay. Let it go. Yung 7 senators na nagpatawag ng hearing. So yun nga. Kung nagpatawag sila ng hearing, di dapat bitbitin din nila yung diba? So kung ang intention nila is pahiyain yung social media group, well, sorry, they failed miserably. Totoo ka pataling hugpe. But ang implication kasi niyan for an ordinary person who is not neither DDS nor an LP, kasi marami naman talagang hindi invested masyado sa pinaglalaban natin for DDS. Kukonti lang naman talaga tayo in reality. Kukonti lang din, mas lalong kukonti yung DDS. Marami pong in between. Ang implication po niyan is mas kaabang-abang yung testimonya ni Dayaw kaysa dun sa mga binitawang testimony ni TP na talagang sobrang bonggang-bongga at it's very world shaking, di ba? Yun nga ang sinasabi ko na medyo weird na ganun yung nangyayari. So no Mary Ann, lahat sila resource persons. Even si Silent No More, resource person yon if they're invited. Remember, isipin nyo lang na the Senate is not it's not a house that will accuse. It's not an accusatorial house. It's more the invitation is that you are resource persons in the aid of legislation. So yun po yun. So everybody there nobody is accused there. Everyone there is invited as a resource person. So kung in-invite ka later on, doon kasi. So ibig sabihin, yung contribution mo is greater because yun nga from the point of view of a person who is neither DDS nor Dilawan, lalabas na ay bakit nagdatingan tong lahat ng DDS tapos yung talagang inuusig na si Dayaw, yung biik na yon, wala. Doon ako nabibwisit kasi kailangan the Senate should extend or should put forward, its iron fist to force these people, to force Dayaw to come out in the open and show his face. Because, our faces, guys. TP, Mocha, SAS, everybody in the DDS. We have never hidden our face. So there is no point really in calling us and putting all of us there because us, we are not hiding. So therefore, if there is an allegation of fake news, then file a case to us in court. Make it official. Don't put us there to shame us because the intention is that clearly halata ang intention ng Senado ng 7 to shame the vloggers. Good thing na andun si TP, andun yung iba to actually answer the question. In fact, there's even more issue kasi nga may that's the reason why I had to answer it clearly because may lumabas na parang perception that all social media influencers are paid. Kasi nga, siguro when Attorney Trixie, you made an answer, maybe she made, she made some sort of statement that was taken, taken at sight, at nagkaroon po talaga tayo ng problem with regard to saying that, okay, if you're an influencer, you get paid. So that was the impression. That's why we had to correct it, because mahirap na if people would think that that's true. Correct? So yun. The problem is that kahapon, pinagpipiestahan tayo na to the point na ako, honestly, good for TP, good for him, because he came out really stellar. His performance was there, but in the end, ang iniisip ko din yung anong effect sa iba. Honestly, I didn't like how they painted Mocha out to be. Kasi ang impression ng mga hindi masyadong invested doon sa investigation is that, there was, Mocha sounded a little bit, hindi ko sinasabing, the term bobo is not the right term. She sounded as if she didn't know her stuff, which is not true, because, well, Mocha researches, Mocha does everything, Mocha does her homework. It's just that maybe the question was phrased in another manner, or nagkaroon lang siya ng slip of the tongue, which is always true. So for me, that was my problem, because hindi naman po lahat ng tao kasing smart at kasing witty, kasing sharp ni TP. May mga tao na kailangan pag-isipan na matagal yung sagot. And it's not the Senate. The Senate is not the proper place to be, because you'll be intimidated by these vultures. So, yeah, it's true. She sounded unsure in the same way that La Sierda sounded unsure, but because media is not on our side, what was highlighted in the news was that that Mocha was unsure, which for me is unfair, and for me is bad, which for me is not good, because if you notice, si La Sierda, abogado, he should not sound unsure, but he sounded unsure, and yet people are trying to capitalize the negative media, trying to capitalize on Mocha being unsure. So that is the problem, guys, na kaya hindi ako nakatulog na masyado kagabi, because this is not for, honestly guys, this is not for local consumption anymore. We are already winning. We have already won the local PR battle. Duterte in the Philippines is the... Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
ma'am.
try. Are you paying separate?
Oh, my mom is coming.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I'll-
Yes,
I'll
just
cancel
add
this one and get
additional.
back.
Okay, thank you. She's eating also. So yeah. So yun po yung sinasabi ko. Andito po yung nanay ko kasama ko. We're having breakfast. So what I'm trying to say is that when people would release these things, ang wino-worry ko lang naman, hindi naman yung Philippine market, because the Filipinos have already bought Duterte hook, line, and sinker. We know he is our president. We love him. That's why you love Mocha, you love TP, you love Sash, you love me, you love MJ, you love Rocky, you love everybody connected to the president, because you love the president. So you love Maharlika. I'm sorry, Maharlika, you're watching. You love Mike. You love Darwin. You love everyone who loves the president. And I can see that. I can feel that every time I go out of the country and meet with DDS groups and organizations, and that's for me something that is really like revealing. And in fact, si Midas Marquez now, an office of the court administrator and Supreme Court, who came with us in a visit, was really like shocked, because he saw how the Filipinos have treated DDS, and he said, "Are you always treated that way when you go out of the country?" And I said, "Yeah, every DDS groups would go out of their ways to like meet us." And I said, "Oh, you're so lucky." Because siya, as court administrator, he goes out of the Philippines, goes all over the Philippines, talk to Filipinos all over the world. Goes out of the world, and and we get the same, love for the Filipinos, and he said, so he realized, oh my God, ang galing pala ng mga OFW at galing pala ng DDS magmahal. So in the Philippines, we have already won the battle. Let us just move forward. Let's just protect the fort in the Philippines. But the real problem is international perception. Yun po tayo, dun po talaga tayo nagkakaproblema. And when Victor Casquejo, ito kasi yan, if you go for RevGov again, if people are not ready, it's not going to work. Okay, so that is my dilemma. So my issue is that we have to protect not just the local perception but the international perception about the president. And we realize that here, not just in London but in the States and in many countries in the EU, there is a perception problem, and that the president is there is a rule of law problem. That we have a rule of law problem. That's why si Maidas mismo nasasabi na talaga siya na that's not even true, because the courts in the Philippines are working. Cases are being filed by many people. So kung masasabi mo lang may rule of law, di sana wala na sanang courts na nagka-function, wala na sanang mga tao na nagfa-file ng cases. So it's just a matter of perception, and we have to please do something about it. So ngayon po, we have been we had conversations with Pagefield, one of the greatest PR groups in the UK, who does PR for the Queen, does PR for the Labour Party, and other good clients have talked to us and told us what are the problems. And technically speaking, it's something that we should fight on, because ang problema ngayon is that ang kalaban, they have a PR doing all this negative stuff, and if we don't answer it head on, face to face, one by one, every aspect of attack, we don't counter attack or counter answer to those who have not seen the answer, it becomes a negative thing. It becomes the truth. So for example, ikaw, ako, like there's a journalist who does not know squat about the Philippines, and he would be asked to write about the Philippines, to talk about the Philippines, or to make an article about the Philippines, and he searches, he would go directly to veritable sources like New York Times, like the BBC, like the Washington Post, and all of these newspapers have have all negative things to say about the president. So anong mangyayari dyan? They would, and there is no rebuttal, because there's no PR group handling doing the PR. And this is not just an ordinary, this is not just entail me going to this group organization or me doing this, because those are little things that I can only do. Hindi ko kayang gawin lahat. And ito nga nakakatawa Mocha and TP have been in New York na with Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, but tingnan mo, bumalik pa sila sa Pilipinas dahil inisyuhan yung fake news, and Mocha was part of it. So there is a concerted effort to stop us from doing what we're doing. Buti na lang I don't go unnoticed, kasi hindi ko naman, number one, when I travel, I don't use any diplomatic thingy, kaya hindi ako napapansin. So I can just go in and out of the country without them knowing, di ba? So yun. So at least nagagawa ko yung maliliit na bagay na nagagawa ko. But for TP and for Mocha na dapat nasa labas na sila, going with Alan Peter, they have to go back to the Philippines and answer these questions on fake news, when in fact they should not be doing that. They should be attacking or doing the bidding or doing the spreading, changing perspectives outside of the Philippines at this point in time. Hindi na natin kailangan po ibenta si Duterte sa mga Pilipino kasi bentang-benta na po. Ang kailangan po natin gawin is ibenta si President Duterte sa mga tao na hindi naniniwala na walang human rights problem sa Pilipinas, ang hindi yung naniniwala sa mga negative things na nangyayari sa bansa because Prince Maki, syempre nasa London ako, Prince Maki. Ano ako aswang sa tama doon, nasa London nga ako at may trabaho ako ditong ginagawa. At ay, hindi po pwedeng sabihin yung trabaho ko because it's highly classified on my part because I'm doing it for several for undisclosed clients, which for me is unethical if I disclose them. So yun po yun. That's why ako I'm asking all of you guys na sana po let's kung andyan kayo sa Pilipinas, you protect the fort there. It's we already won there in that aspect na yes po, pwede po na nasa Marriott Maida Vale ako. So, yun po. Pero hindi ko alam kung kailan ako umuwi kasi masyadong maraming work. As in, meetings talaga palagi halos araw-araw. So, yun po yung sinasabi ko, guys, na we have to be very circumspect with regard to what our moves are. Let us not falter from what we really want to achieve, which is a better Philippines. And yes, it's foreign direct investments. We are actually inviting energy providers, alternative energy providers, sustainable mining in the Philippines. Sabi niya sila, but of course we're not really actually trying to invite everybody. We're inviting also people who can provide support to the government and best practices kasi ang advice po sa amin is that even from the private sector we have to actually get what ito kasi yan ito yung point ko when Great Britain left the EU, the Brexit, many people were thinking na it's a bad thing. What were they thinking? And then when I came over, I realized that it was a good thing, not for the EU, but for the world, because now Great Britain is looking forward to partnerships with the Filipinos, the Asians, and all the others, the Africans and stuff like that. So in reality, Brexit was about Great Britain going out of the bed sa EU and going to bed with the world. So now Great Britain UK that needs more nurses for Filipinos because in the past they're forced to get nurses from Romania, from the other Eastern Bloc countries, and at this point in time they feel that Filipino nurses are the best. So now we will have more nurses being pulled in to work in Great Britain because basically that's how it's done. That's the effect of the Brexit. And for me now, I'm a pro Brexit because it gives more power to for others to talk or to engage the Philippines more. That's why the British now are a little bit are happy. Yes, Sir Romel, we have to go beyond shouting Duterte. That's true. That's why I am for unity. I am for reconciliation. I am not this typical blogger who wants to be angry and fighting the enemy just to become relevant. I want to make a difference. I want to to be remembered not because I fought every fight of the enemy, but because I created friends in enemies. That's how I deal with things. So sorry if sometimes I don't really talk about menial things about the others, talk about kung sinong salbahe dyan, kung sinong siraulo dyan na senador, kung sinong gago dyan. It's not me because for me, though I attack, though I, you know, though I pounce back and I bite back, it's because they bought me. Happy birthday, Sir Romel Abiliar. To so ito yan. So yun, ganito po ako, ganito po yung attitude ko. Bakit kayo umiiyak? Kasi hindi naman kasi talaga tayo dapat makikipag-away all the time. Makikipag-away lang tayo pag inaaway na tayo and we are being like attacked. But there are people who are not Duterte supporters, but not also the ones that we have to to engage. And these are the people that do not really respond to negativity. These are the people who believes in inclusiveness, who believes in dialogue, who believes in the idea of democracy as a rule of many, 'di ba? So kailangan po natin ng tao ng tao na yung mga tao na magsusupport sa atin lahat, magsusupport na makikinig sa atin, not because we are saying down to all those, or we are excluding them, because let's face it, though mataas ang the 80% na all of them approve of the Duterte work, but not all of them are Duterte, they are DDS like us. So those are the people that we have to win, and if we attack negatively, we attack on the basis of sila or kami, then we defeat the purpose of a democracy. We defeat the purpose of inclusiveness. So that's that's how I deal with things. So if you see me buckle down or not talk about this or not make battle to any issues like that, it's just me trying to be me, being positive in everything, because the real proof of being a Filipino is that you embrace every Filipino regardless, because they're Filipinos, right? Kaya nga sinabi ko sa isang grupo nung isang araw na Pilipino po tayo, hindi po tayo talangka. So kung talangka po tayo, maghihilahan tayo pababa. But Pilipino po kasi tayo eh. So if I make a business out of pulling people down, then I'm not a Filipino. I'm just a crab, pulling down everybody with me. So yun po. I'm doing this. I'll be back in the Philippines later on, but at this point in time, I'm trying to work out things here. Sana po pasensyahan niyo ako na hindi ako nakakapag live masyado doon sa issue ng fake news, because in reality, tama ang sinasabi ng ibang senador na sa atin, I am not a journalist. I have no obligation to give you the news and to give it to you as it should be, impartial and direct, and the right to reply on the people that we attack, because I am not the news, and I hope that you get that, because blogging is about talking about stuff, talking about opinions, talking about sides, talking about better things on what you believe in. It's not about presenting something as if it is gospel truth. So if I say something which may or may not be true, it's not my obligation to tell it to, and I should not be punished for it, because I am just blogging. I am just saying what I feel. So that's it. Okay. So guys, thank you for listening to me. I know that it's long afternoon there in the Philippines, but it's still morning here in London with an accent like mine. I'm like, it's liberating that I can speak like a British guy and walk the streets, and diba? Ang galing na accent ka na. Kaloka lang. But anyway, sige, later on, I think I might have hindi ko alam kung if it's going to be live. I think it's not going to be live. It's going to be a closed set. I'll be interviewed about Alan Noel, ito yung sinasabihin ko. I don't go to the BBC or Sky News to be international, to be interviewed. I'm not, you know, I am nothing here. If I go there, sabihin nila, sino ka ba? Ba't ka papa-interview? At ba't ka namin interviewin, di ba? Mapapahiya lang ako. Hindi naman ako kasing sikat ng mga kaibigan mo. Buti nga yung Sputnik, in-interview ako. It's because maybe they did the research. But I cannot go to BBC or to Sky News and, hey guys, I am Bruce Rivera, I'm a lawyer, I come from the Philippines, and I want everybody to look at me because I'm a goddess and I want to be interviewed. Hindi mo pwedeng ganyan yan. Maloka kayo. Huwag niyo nga akong pagsabihan ng bagay na hindi ko kayang gawin. Kasi I'm just doing what I can to help in my own little. I'm not going to force issues. I'm not going to go to BBC and tell BBC something that BBC will not even believe because I don't have the street credit or everything that makes me a better judge of situation in the Philippines. So please, darling, for heaven's sake, don't do that to me. Diba? O, diba accent? Sige. So guys, good morning and I love you all. See you later. See you later in London. Thank you. I'll be in. I'll have a meet and greet. I have a courtesy call after the interview. I have a courtesy call in the Philippine embassy. Yes, with ambassadors, and then we'll have. I think I have dinner, and then and that's it. I'm going to meet security guys in the morning, and then go to the interview in the afternoon. And then, thank you. Yes, si George Galloway po yung mag-interview sa akin. Yes. Thank you, and I love you all. Bye-bye. 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 Oo nga, parang ngangongo. Hello, darling. How dare you? Thank you po. Bye-bye.